What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Solana is giving us some very bullish signs, especially after what we were seeing yesterday. And so I want to give you a quick update, letting you know exactly what's going on, why it's so important, what it could mean for Solana next, and much more. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. And don't forget, my friends, if you do want to start trading some Bitcoin, Solana, SWI, and many more cryptos on all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you do sign up specifically with my link, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means if you deposit, say, $3,000, they're going to give you $300 on the spot to start trading with. And whatever profit you make from that $300 is all yours, no strings attached. So if you want to withdraw it, reinvest it, you can do whatever you want with it. Again, it's all for you. So head down to that link down below if you do want to get access to that 10% bonus, because I do believe this is a fantastic platform. I've done a lot of trading on it myself. I do think you'll like it a lot. So feel free to check that out down below and let me know what you think. So before we talk a little bit about what is going on right now, let me just catch you up to speed on what we've been tracking for Solana so you can understand the context in which we're going through. So of course, what we have been tracking for Solana recently has been this breakout from this big old consolidationary channel that it was in. You know, these channels are called intra-bull market consolidationary channels. That means within a bull market, a sideways channel. And we had one of the biggest ones that I've ever seen before from Solana over this year, really. I mean, from March all the way into November, we were just going sideways. It was so boring. Everybody was calling Solana dead. But I told you all, look, eventually we're going to break out of this bad boy. Eventually we're going to see this used as a foundation and support to try to push Solana towards all-time highs. You just got to be patient. And as we got into, of course, November, we started to see that move happening, finally breaking out of this intra-bull market consolidationary channel and seeing Solana push up towards its all-time highs. Now, as we started to hit those all-time highs, we started to notice that momentum was really starting to wane off a little bit, right? If you look at something like your MACD, for example, you could start to see that momentum really slowing down in this last move here, which was a sign that, hey, look, we might start to see this thing pull back. Let's get ready. Now, when we recognized that that was happening right here, what we did is we laid out these three DCA zones, 1, 2, and 3, and these are the levels that I believe Solana's price is going to bounce off of to try to head towards a new all-time high of what I think could be $300 to $350. Now, over the last few weeks, of course, we have seen Solana doing exactly that. Its price has been coming down through these DCA zones, interacting with so many of our different liquidity levels, and really moving about as well as you would hope, right? As well as you would hope for a crypto that's pulling back, creating a descending channel now, and really starting to show us some of its, potential here as we are getting a bounce off the bottom side. Now, in yesterday's video, we were speculating a little bit, okay? In yesterday's video, we created this descending channel because originally, remember, we had the descending wedge, but then what happened is Solana broke out and failed, creating a more macro structure now. And whenever we created the bottom side of that descending wedge during yesterday's video, which was roughly, we were right at the bottom, right around this little area, I was like, look, I'm not 1,000,000% sure that this is the macro structure that Solana is creating, but I have a good feeling that it is. And so because of that, what we did is we went ahead and actually did a little bit of buying in the bottom side in this green zone of this channel. I told you all that if this is indeed what Solana is doing, it is very bullish, but I'll update you tomorrow as things do happen. Well, today is tomorrow and things are happening, and boy, oh boy, are they happening. And so now that you have a bit of a recap as to what's been going on, now let's kind of shift a bit more into what is actually happening with this pump that we're seeing from Solana today and why it is so important. And now I will warn you, some of the things that I may say in this video are going to get a little bit confusing, especially if you're a beginner. So I just want to let you know, if you're a beginner who is simply just trying to learn all this crypto stuff and just get better in general, or maybe you're advanced and you're just trying to add more tools to your toolbox, all that I want you to do is just stick around at the end of the video. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing over in the Discord server, because from all of the shows, the lessons, the classes, and live streams and courses and all the stuff that we're releasing on a daily basis, we have a community generating hundreds of percentages a day every single day. You can go look, even on days like yesterday where the market was down, we had people bringing in 500% gains, 100% gains consistently over and over and over again. So again, if you're somebody who quite simply just wants to get better at this whole crypto thing, just stick around at the end of the video. So as I mentioned before, now that you have a good recap of what's going on, let's talk about what's happening now. So what we can see is that today, Solana has now fully validated our descending parallel channel. And guys, when I tell you this is so bullish, it is so bullish. Now, the reason why it's so bullish is quite simply because descending parallel channels are not only one of the most easy and predictable structures that there is on the market, it's one of the best correction-based channels or structures that you can create realistically. Whenever a crypto pumps to the upside and then it comes back down to create a descending parallel channel, so not just a wedge, because wedges can be a little bit finicky, right? right? We're talking about a descending parallel channel like the one we're creating right now. The likelihood and the odds of it breaking to the upside are 80% plus. And oftentimes, I don't have the exact statistics because I haven't been able to do enough research on this portion, but what I've come to recognize is that these breakouts from these macro descending channels will almost always lead to some type of continuation upwards. I don't know what the exact number is. I would guess anywhere from around 65 to 75%, which is a crazy stat. And so what that means is that the likelihood that Solana's price breaks out to the top side of this macro descending channel at some point is 80% plus, and then we have an even better percentage chance after that it does actually use that to try to continue upwards. And so the fact that we did use this support and actually find the support at the bottom side of the channel to validate this descending channel is an absolutely massive thing. Also, of course, that is really good for us because we have been doing some purchasing at the bottom side of those structures. You guys know we did a little bit of buying here, we did a little bit of buying there as well, and we did some yesterday. We actually did a lot of buying, or a good bit of buying, whenever we saw that initial dump, and then we went back in for the rebuy just yesterday as its price was falling back there again. I think I even said in the Discord server, let me see if I can go find it real quick, Insights with Tyler. I said it somewhere around here that so whenever we did see that initial dump on December 9th around 305, Solana was the second thing that I actually purchased, and that was back here as we did get that initial pullback. So that's great news, obviously, for those of us who did do some purchasing here, because the likelihood is that those purchases will end up in profit, and they may end up in profit for a very long time, right? Especially if Solana does end up getting a breakout like this and we start pushing upwards, that could be, monthly or yearly profit, which is very, very, very good. Now, overall, another good thing about what we are seeing is that we are starting to show signs that there's no way of knowing when Solana is going to break out of this descending channel. I wish there was more clarification on, time frames in the world of technical analysis, but there's really not. But we are getting some very good signs in general that the breakout could be somewhat soon, okay? The primary reason why I say that is first and foremost what we're seeing on the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts, we just saw this bullish convergence here on the MACD, which means that the orange line the blue line went straight up through the orange line, and then we started to see the green candles printing. But the fact that we're seeing this happen already, or just, now is a good thing. And the reason that I say that is because, Solana's already 50% of the way back up the channel, right? It's already almost to the top side of the channel and about 60% of the way, but we have all of this room. Let's just zoom out a little bit and look at how much room to the upside the 4-hour MACD has. That's a ton of room. The last time we were around this level was right here at the bottom of the channel, whereas this time we're seeing this interaction happen here when we're already here. And what oftentimes this means is that if Solana's price does continue upwards, that can give us enough room of opportunity that we didn't have right here and that we didn't have right here to actually try to make the breakout towards the upside and start opening up that door to make another beautiful move upwards. And so because of that, I think what we're seeing is absolutely fantastic. It also verifies and validates in my brain that our DCA zones are very likely going to hold up. It is going to be rewarding the fact that we are starting to create these DCA zones when the price was up here, and the fact that Solana's price did indeed come back down into them. It did indeed start to use them as support, and it possibly may indeed push the price back to the upside, validating that our DCA zones were spot on. And so because of that, I just wanted to share these bullish signals with you today and let you know, hey, we're in a very good spot right now. No, I'm not buying any Solana or anything like that today because we literally just bought yesterday at much better prices, but I do believe that this is very bullish, and I think we're in a position right now to where if Solana can really continue upwards and really start to gain momentum, maybe it back tests and holds at 50%, maybe we come back down to the 25% threshold and then build the higher low, but then eventually work our way to the top side and use it to break it. Man, I think this could possibly be the start of the move up towards, again, 300 to 350 bucks if all things do continue to align. And so obviously we can't for sure say we're out of the woods yet. Bitcoin and ETH and many of the other ones still have a lot of room to go. There's still a lot of things that need to happen, but this is a very good sign and signal, and I want to share it with you today. So of course, we'll be watching this very closely as we do get closer and closer towards this breakout. So make sure that you just keep a very close eye on Solana as it is venturing through these levels, because it will get very, very, very interesting the closer we get to the top side of this channel. Now, as I mentioned before, if you're somebody who is quite simply just trying to get better at this whole crypto thing, what I want you to do is I want you to join the Discord server. Now, in order to get access to the Discord server, you're going to have to go through the Patreon link, and it's the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper, either $17 a month or $5 a month. But what that's going to get you access to, I think, is extremely valuable. There's Insights with Tyler, for example, which is where I post some of my buys and my sells and just moves and things that I'm thinking and things like that. And feel free to kind of just pause and read some of this stuff as I do go. We have exclusive live shows, the one like Crypto Vault Live. This is a daily one, Monday through Friday, where we're going over just the market, what's happening, updating you on the news and more. We have technical analysis that goes out every day on all your favorite cryptos. We have daily fundamental analysis on the market itself. I've hired 2 teams of professional traders to post their buy and sell signals every day that they're trading. And guys, you got to think, these are people, entire teams of people who rely on trading in order to live, in order to eat, to pay their bills, right? So obviously there's a lot of pressure there, and they're professionals at this. So if you want to learn from people with that type of weight on their shoulders, you can go check that out down below. There are premium classes on things like A Beginner's Guide to XRP Ripple, the Bollinger Bands, the Fibonacci's, and much more, all of which you can access here. There's beginners courses on things like leverage trading and technical analysis, and 3 more of these releasing over the next few weeks. Guys, these are 30 minutes long, 20-page presentations, cheat sheets, vocabulary sheets, everything you need in order to get started. And then, of course, there's Tips with Tyler, where, of course, I just give you random 2 to 3 minute long videos on just things that, of course, I think are beneficial. You can see it here, like setting up the Fibonacci's, taking profits, etc. Now, all in all of these things are contributing to build a community that is absolutely crushing. And as I showed you earlier, hundreds of percentages and gains every day. And look, I'm just going to scroll up, and you can pause at any given point and see the gains that they're printing, because this is just 2 days ago, all of these gains that we're seeing right here. And so if you, of course, do want to start learning all of these lessons, using these lessons to build your strategies and use that strategy to make a real profit in this world of crypto, all that I ask again down below is that you go check out that link. Okay, go check out the link to Patreon. It's the cost of a Netflix subscription or even more, but I'd be willing to say that it's more valuable than Netflix. So of course, go check it out down below. Let me know what you think, and don't forget, guys, we post 4, 5, 6, 7 videos here on the channel every single day. So if you have been enjoying them, please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.